All right, mic check, mic check. We are back for the afternoon session. I'm 7 minutes late, but I had to snag a little bit, so we quit right before 20K on the first live stream this morning. But dude, there's just so much juiciness. I couldn't help but go over there and smack the button a couple times. Got ourselves over 20K. Closed it out right at the 20. I tried not to sit at the desk the entire time. Tried to go have some lunch with the fam, get some workout exercise in, and a little break. Got my coffee in hand, and let's see what the afternoon is going to get us. I don't know. I'm smelling 25K. Can we get some 25K hype in the chat, in the comments? Drop 25K in the chat if you want to see us do another 5K. I think we can do it. We might be able to do it. With the way that things have been moving, if it moves like it was this morning, we might have 30K on the menu. Who knows? Maybe 40K, for crying out loud. What are we setting limits for? What are we setting limits for? Not on a day like today, ladies and gents. Let's go. How is everybody doing? So I am sizing up because I am well into positive territory here today and resetting all of my coins up top. Let's get all of your wonderful smiling faces of your chats on screen here with me. That's the wrong one. This one. You guys can see this a lot better. We got our 5 trades lined up on our electronic one. Let's take a look at the tide and the wave. On the tide. Interesting. Still, the last one was a red. We did not get a green. No, we did. We got a green touch. So tide. We touched a green. Let's zoom back in here. There we were. Again, you can pretty much tell we've been in that sideways action. We are in a gigantic curve, though. Big picture. And wave also green. All right, so my holding place, which is the long side, MacVU, also telling me green. So I have no business pressing the red right now. So finger's going to be hovering over the buy buttons here for right now. Can't recall if I pulled up the "Don't forget trading is risky" thing yet or not. There we go. And our new chat. New chat going here. All right, speaking of new, I'm going to try to go with no music. I do want some feedback. You guys let me know. Do you guys like it with no music so that you can play your own? You guys missed it. We've got some droning background music. Prefer it not. I am leaning towards not. I've gotten some feedback from some other people that they would appreciate it if it wasn't. So for things like being able to play their own music, and when they're running this at high speed, so because there are some plugins now that allow you to run YouTube at more than 2x speed now, that you can run it at like 3x, and they're like, man, the music really jacks it up. You like the music? I know, I do too, but I feel like we kind of got to play our own. Gives you some freedom, because like the thing is if you do have my music on, well, it gives you no freedom to play music, because then you're like, then it just sounds weird, right? You're all over the place. Also, some people were saying that, you know, sometimes you're going to miss the audio box cues, or maybe we miss a new bar notification, things like that. You like it? Yeah, I get both. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm pretty sure we do already, but if you go into the Discord chat on the left-hand side, you can get my music, my kind of music selection choice and style. I have a particular set of style, and I did in the Vinny, believe it or not, in the Vinny Jams area, I am very niche. Excuse me. Sorry, pardon me. I need to clear the throat there. I'm very picky on the music that I put in there. It does have to have a certain vibe for gaming, particularly, and not your typical gaming. I would say Vinny style gaming, what I have found for a universal that works best in a positive manner. I'll give some examples. I have had people be like, oh no, Vinny, I like mine. I'm like, give me an example of your music. They show me their music, listening to music. I go, do you understand that this is causing you anxiety? Be careful. In fact, let's talk about that for a minute. Did you know that your own music can cause you some anxiety? Who was an example? I'm going to call somebody out here. No, I'm not going to call. I'm not going to name names, but I will say this person had come to me like, Vinny, I'm struggling. How can you help me out? So we talked about some things. First, I always check out their layout first. Let's see what your screen setup is. Okay, how are things going? What are you playing? Are you things like how many trades are you taking? Are you playing in the direction of the filters? The usual stuff. However, sometimes it also comes down to, I will ask, are you listening to my music, your music? Do you play music? Are you silent? And he's like, no, I got my own style of music done. And it was weird. Somehow I could just read some things into people, but he was very proud. I could tell he was very proud that he has a collection of music that he liked. And I was like, would you mind? Let me check it out. So I'm listening and I'm like, dude, I'm getting stressed out listening to your music. It is very pensive and intense. It was very tribal. I literally told him, I feel like I'm sitting in the middle of like a camp forest fire with a bunch of cannibals like running around in a circle around me and they're about to eat. Like, this is the vibe that I'm getting from this. This is not good vibe for you trying to for you trading. You need to, there is some level of, you want some intensity brought to your trading, but dude, not where you feel like you're scared. The whole point is like, don't be scared of your trades, have some confidence in your trades. And when you're sitting there with music that is literally giving you anxiety, and of course he probably didn't feel, he's like, oh no, I like it. Dear, I go, just do me a favor. Try this out. Try my music. And yeah, surprise. Now I think it's other things. I don't think it was just the music. Let's be straight about that. It was not just the music. But I think in combination of things, I just, find sometimes the simplest things to bring about change. At the same time with ALGOBOX, sort of like, if you're trading it properly, I sometimes wonder, I'm like, how do you screw it up? If you're holding on to a position, I think the biggest issue is mostly holding onto a position and not taking a loss. Like, that's probably the biggest issue with almost everybody. But if you will allow yourself to, like, one of my phrases I've really tried to get you guys to adopt is learn to love the dips. Does everybody know what that means? Learn to love the dips. Type that in if you don't know it, or even if you do. Learn to love the dips. And that is referencing your P&L. Okay, we just got double ready ups here. I am going to go ahead and take a quick smack at the double ready up here. Not going to go for necessarily a big one because it's not a triple and we're right in the middle of this previous zone. We could go a little bit farther here, but I'll see if I get a little T1 movement to kind of get things started here. And we had a very straight leg down scenario there up on the fours, kind of a Uber angle there.
52.
And looks like a little bit of an inverted check. Learn to love the dips. Watch your P&L in those dips when you are going through market replay, and really see that you can come back from a loss. Go ahead and just take the loss, and then you can come back. You can come back from it. You don't have to. You don't have to have all winners. This morning I started out with 3 losers in a row. And here we are sitting at over 20K on the day when the cadence starts firing in your direction. And really, if you go back and watch my live stream from this morning, you saw, if I had really played out my original thought and didn't get kind of miscombobulated by 2 enigmas that fired back to back, and one of them was a level 20, which psychologically, like, I just know 20s are so good. So if a 20 is going against me, I will reverse position. And that ended up, you know, being the first set of downs for me, you know. And there's 10 ticks. I'll take it. There's another 500 bucks. I'll pop in the kiddie pool there. No problem, off of a triple ready up in this space. It's really not, I wouldn't say it's a triple. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take a 15. Sure, bro. I'll take the 15 too. 15.4. Are we at a 0 point yet? No, we're not. So if we can get a little ET20 target down there. No sound. Yeah. Can't hear anything because nothing's happening. Yeah, that's the weird thing about no music. Everybody's like, wait, there's no music. Yeah, I wanted to test that out. It's like, okay, so if I'm quiet though, so I don't want to become Mike Swartz and feel like I've got to talk every second. Hey guys, feels like, oh, maybe it's a little up move, or maybe it's a little down move. Hey guys, you see that little down move? Oh, look at that. Oh, whatever. Hey guys, hey, I'm gonna make 6 videos today, you know. I'm gonna make 4 of them are gonna have O faces on the thumbnail, and the thumbnail titles, every single one of them is gonna be like, what the heck now? What do you do now? What's gonna happen tomorrow? Ultimate crash tomorrow? Or will it not? A little picture of Jerome Powell from AI with the O face. Oh! Buy my cancer charts. Bookmap.com. You can fart on your chart too. Don't be blue. You know what to do. Smash that like button through and through. Oh, yeah, maybe once, maybe twice. If you do it thrice, I'll be real nice. What did Curtis say? Did I miss something? Can't scroll up this chat because I put all, no, I can't. Liquidity. Come on, liquidity. My liquidity pool. I sell enough book map, I'll be able to afford a pool too. Use code Mike at checkout for 20% off. Oh, 21,000 hype in the chat. Another 1K in the kiddie pool for a 15.4 Enigma. Oh, Enigma.
DCDM on the one.
Everybody's like, Vinny, why are you ragging on Mike? Well, first of all, I don't like fake nice people to begin with. I have seen how Mike Schwartz acts behind the scenes. And look, we all have our thing. Like, well, what about you? How you act behind the scenes? Actually, I'm nicer behind the scenes than I am.
Double delta E on the one.
That's a fascinating thing to go figure. Go sort that one. However, and again, don't care. But when you just straight up turd lie about things, when you're like, I just want people to have the best. Really? Really? No, you don't. Clearly not. What was this other one? I can't even recall. But I was like, why are you, when you're talking about ALGOBOX, why do you stick us over on some channel with 1,000 subscribers on it? Why are you doing that? Doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why don't you just do it on your main channel? Well, I've found that my views are better if I do this and that. Oh, wow. Tell me you're pathetic without telling me you're pathetic. So, and you think it's because of ALGOBOX. What? That makes no sense. Again, I just, especially when they blow smoke and throw out false facts. Well, if this were true, then, but see, the thing is, it's not. And again, I cannot deal with stupid when you have clearly shown this, or this. You know what's funny? The proof is he's getting so much more view count now, the way that he's doing it now with Bookmap. He's doing for Bookmap what I told him to do for ALGOBOX. Isn't that ironic? That is hilarious. And I'm sure, dude, Bookmap, I bet he's got tons signing up for that Bookmap crap. Looks like absolute turd, cancer chart, whatever. But it doesn't matter when Mike's getting that much view count, sitting there on live streams all day, 6+ hours a day, doing a night stream, doing an all-day stream, doing 2 videos in between, 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, 2 on the weekends. I mean, do it. But yeah, all I asked him to do was, why don't you show it on your main channel? I think I'd be better if I make it over here on this generic channel. You think people like generic? It's literally, you created a channel just called Live Trading. Really? How'd that work? Months and months, and you got 1,000 subscribers on it. Why are you not putting it on your main channel? Oh, because I can make more money from Apex. What? Yeah, I'm making like $15,000 from Apex a month. What? Okay, so why can't you talk about ALGOBOX? How does that have anything to do? I don't even know. Whatever, man. Like, I can't reason with stupid. It's not possible. And the fake nice guy routine was really getting to me. Yeah, you'd rarely stream like, and what's funny is remember when he would live stream ALGOBOX? It was like one part. He had like, I don't even know, what was it? Algo bars and delta flagging. That's it. And I know for a fact he's showing video of when he's smacking the big ones, when he's off on the side. I know he's over there back there smacking it down with alpha omega crosses. He wanted people to be dependent on him and look at his BS. Oh, it's a P shape or a B shape market profile today. So P means party and B means yeah boy. I don't even know. The stupid retardedness. I can't even get over it. Like it's dumb. Oh, I don't know how to be that stupid. I literally can't figure it out. But if you're looking for a cave, I mean, I am like, there's validity to a cave. But why do you have to call a cave a minus? What is it? He uses 3 words when you can use 1. So cave, 1 word, boom, done. It's a cave. He's like, it's a minus development area. A what? It's a minus development area. Okay. So now people have to go Google that and have to look to you, Mike, what's a minus development area? He's got to take his time to go and explain it to them because he wants you dependent on him. This is what all these turds do. Go to epitomytrading.com and learn for yourself. Oh yeah, click the like button. Give me some advertising bucks, bro. You can't trust fake nice people. It's true. It is true. I don't know. There's some nice fake people. Can't fit them all. But you do need to recognize a trend. You know what I'm saying? For instance, you know what's a really cool trend? Is noticing that every time you see triple ready ups, we reverse big time. You know what I'm saying? That's like the Titanic turning. Isn't that cool? Like one of my new favorite plays, and I can't believe, like, sometimes I literally cannot believe how awesome it is. Like, I'm like, holy shnikes. It is too powerful. Yeah, that's true. You never know what people are going through. But I mean, from Mike's perspective, he's always talking about what a great relationship he has with his dad. Him and his dad are working on projects together, and we're building rooms together. And dad came over to help me hang some drywall, and dad did this with me. Dad did that with me. My mom's doing this. That's great, man. You got a great family life. It's awesome. I'm jealous. You know, my parents hardly ever even talk to me. Sister and brother-in-law hardly ever talk to me. You know why? Well, mainly because of COVID. I don't know why, because I'm like, oh, I'm mad because Vinny was right about COVID. Oh, it's not like him anymore. Like, what are you talking about? Now you hate me because I was right? What is that? I don't understand that. I love people who are right. If you're right and you tell me and you help me out, bro, I'm down with you. So I don't understand that kind of ignorance. I literally don't. Even inside of our families. You know what? Let me tell y'all something about the family thing. Okay, before everybody's like, well, that doesn't sound very Christian of you. I'm about to give you guys a real Christian message. You want to see? You want to see what Jesus said, not what your pastor thinks? Let me help you out with one. All right, here we go. Bible passage. Jesus says, I have not come to bring peace. Y'all know the one? Y'all know this one? But a what? Blank. Fill in the blank. Who knows what the next word is? I'll tell you. But a sword. Now, interesting, you might say, well, he's talking about the Bible, because the Bible is a sword, it's sharper than a two-edged sword, and divides the bone from the marrow. Yeah, those are good. That's good Bible. That's good. That's good Bible right there. But then right underneath it, you're given some specific details. Come to bring peace on earth. I have not come to bring peace, but a sword. For I have come to set a man against his father, and a daughter against his mother, and a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law, and one's foes will be members of his own household. Now, you got to ask yourself a question there for a minute. What? That doesn't sound like what I learned in Bible school. In my vacation Bible school, that's not what they done told me, bro. Yes. But what it is he's like, who really wants truth? That's what I think. Because I have found, what is it about families not wanting truth? Have y'all noticed that? Or is it just me? Families not really wanting to know the truth. No. Let's pretend Bobby's not a problem. Pretend we're just, let's all take the jab together. They say it's good for you. I mean, I know, Vinny, you're saying, like, they will kill us and stuff, but no, I don't believe that. I mean, I'll go to church on Sundays. Okay, well, did you read your Bible? Well, I mean, they read the Bible to me sometimes. What, one verse the whole time? So they speak for 2 hours, and then you got 3 seconds of a verse. Oh, that's nice. Let that one set in a little bit. Now he's trying to see who's going to follow him. That's the ultimate thing. Because you know what? He's not saying that everybody's got to go against them. He's saying, but I want to see which of you is going to follow after me. And you know what he says that I am? He says, I am the way, which, by the way, we're all about to find out that the only way out of here is through him. Because if you haven't noticed, the politicians are literally wanting to kill everyone and explode everything that you've ever earned and whatnot, and how we're being held hostage in the U.S. right now by the port holders, which could be set up by the executive and fixed by the executive branch in a second, by the way, and without having to become communist regime. But, they're not going to do that. In fact, it's already happened before. I'm pretty sure it was Ronald Reagan. Don't get me started on unions and how terrible they are for societies, but whatever. Ignorance truly is bliss. Is that what it is? Yeah, for all the people, oh, you don't talk to your parents anymore? No, first of all, I try to talk to them. They don't want to talk to me. Why is that? Well, maybe it's because you're so abrasive. Well, I come out here sometimes when I have a moment, and yeah, I might sound that way for a minute. But you know what? The first 2, 3, 4 times that I come at someone to talk to them, it is in a nice and like almost like I'm tiptoeing manner. And I'm tiptoeing in. And what's funny is I can feel them heating up as I'm like tiptoeing. They don't even acknowledge or recognize the fact that I'm trying to be nice as I'm walking this up to them, being like, hey, well, actually. And you know what's crazy? The one that really got my family was Black Lives Matter. Told them the truth about Black Lives Matter, and you would have thought I was Satan incarnate. Crazy.
Double Delta Eam on the 8th.
But yeah, anybody who's like, well, you should be fair. Let me tell you something else. You guys, how many of you guys think that Jesus had a good relationship with his mother? Okay, here's the question. Did Jesus have a good relationship with his mother? Yes or no? You can type yes or no in the chat. Did he have a great relationship with his mom? Yes. Or did he not have a great relationship with his mom? And I'm talking about in his adulthood, not when he was a child. I'm talking about in his adulthood. According to scripture, did Jesus have a good relationship with his mother? Yes or no? What are your thoughts? I'm going to enlighten you all perhaps today, or maybe you've heard my spiel on this before. I know some of you have. I know Man of Gold, you in here today? Happy anniversary, by the way. Kudos to you. How many years you guys been together now? Ages and ages. So it's obviously I'm setting up for a trick question there, right? So I'll go ahead and get it. You would lean more to the yes side. Well, there was a moment, I would agree with you, up to the point where, in fact, they used to go to weddings together. Y'all know about that? So Jesus and his mama went to weddings together. And then at a certain wedding, Jesus had not performed a public miracle yet, and his mother had him do a miracle. Y'all know that? Y'all know about that one? How many of you guys know about that one? You guys know about the water turning to wine? Actually, how about I put this? Who does not know about Jesus turning the water into the wine, or know that it was him at a wedding with his mom, and his mom made him do it, and he wasn't supposed to? He literally told his mom, "It's not my time. I should not be doing this." Yeah, his mom made him do something he didn't want to. What's funny is it's not what he didn't want to. He said, "My father has told me I should not." But this is where I'm going to teach you guys about authority today, folks. You must submit to authority, the authority that is over you. And for a son, talking to the men here, if you are not married, you are under the authority of your parents, under your mother, under your father. So when his mother told him to do fill in the blank, whatever it is, he had to do it. If he did not obey his authority, his mother, at that moment he would have sinned. Ooh, we're getting deep now. If he had denied the authority in his mother and said, even though he's like, this is not my father's will right now, she said, do it. She gave him the look. You know what I'm saying? She was like, do it. She wanted to be cool with her friends. Show my friends that you can do cool miracles. I want them to know my son's special. It was pride. His mother's pride came out. Well, the thing is he was not married, so therefore he fell under his mother's authority, so he did. Yet at the same time, he was not happy about it, but he did it. What you doing to a wife? That's when you leave your father and mother. Yep. In fact, that's in a Genesis. All the way in the beginning, he says, a man shall leave his mother and father and cleave unto his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. That is when you leave the authority of your mother and your father, when you become married. And now you are a new creation, a new flesh. It's crazy cool. Okay, so what happened to the mom thing? So there's a falling out right there. Literally a falling out. So all these people are like, well, if you fell out with your family, you must not be a good Christian. Actually, well, you're saying that Jesus wasn't a good Christian either? You're saying that Jesus wasn't a good example because he fell out with his mother? He never hung out with his mom again. Now y'all gonna be like, oh, I saw she was at the cross. Let's talk about the cross. When they were at the cross, what did he call his mother? Let's see who can get that one right. How did he reference his mother when he was on the cross? You remember what he called her? Pop quiz time. What did Jesus call his mother while he was on the cross looking down on her? Woman. Okay, I don't know. How many of you guys, be honest, if you come to Thanksgiving, because I think that's the next major holiday for not counting Halloween, because nobody should be celebrating evil and death and disgust, ghouls and evil spirits and things. But let's say that the next holiday is Thanksgiving. You go to Thanksgiving, and the next Thanksgiving you show up to, you see your mom, give her a big hug, and you're like, woman. What would happen if one of you guys referred to your mother as woman? Hey, woman. Hey, good to see you, woman. Just picture the look on your mom's face and picture what she would say. And if your mom would say something specific, why don't you type it there in the chat? Tell us what your mom would say if you called her woman. Okay, so everybody, people, oh, it was an endearing term. Oh, really? Find me one mom who thinks if their son called them woman, thought that would be endearing. I'll wait. I'll sit here and I'll wait. Now, let's give one more though. You're like, well, Vinny, it could be read a different way. Blah, 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 blah. All right, let me take you another one. All right, here we go. Bible passage. Jesus turns away his brother and mother. So picture this. Jesus hanging out, doing his usual thing, talking to a bunch of people. Yeah, he'd get smacked. Maybe it's in the delivery. Yeah. Show me a way. I don't think there is a tone that you could call your mother woman. Like the nicest tone you could possibly pull and use the word woman, and she will slap you. She will give you the, what did you just say to me? Who you calling woman? Exactly. Who in the world you calling woman? Exactly. Doesn't matter. There is no way to say that word does not come out where it comes out right. Sorry. It's not going to go not flying well. Okay. But let's go one further. All right, here we go. So picture Jesus hanging out, big crowd around, and people are listening in to what he's telling them. He's teaching them, and they're listening into his teachings. And all of a sudden, now mind you, his mothers and brothers ain't hanging out. They're not there with him, but all of a sudden they show up. Okay, they show up. They're just, Jesus is busy. He's doing his thing. All of a sudden, here they come. Well, they feel like they have authority, right? Here comes mom, here comes brothers.
J Hook Long Eam on the
and after he figured out that his mother would cause him to not do the will of his father, he basically removed himself from the situation, which, by the way, there's a big lesson in that. You should remove yourself from situations where people who have authority over you will cause you to do bad things. Understand? Simply remove yourself from the situation, move on about your business. You don't need to pursue them. Jesus didn't go, okay, well, I need to go and save my mother. I need to really go teach my mother. Da, 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 da. No, he's like, no, if she refuses me, okay. She doesn't understand that, yes, I know when I said that I am the son of I am, okay? I am. I mean, that's got to be a hard conversation. So I get it. It's hard, right? They didn't have the Bible either. They couldn't read it themselves. They have to go to the synagogue. So, I feel for them. I really do. Okay, so that was a hard thing. But as far as his example going, Jesus wasn't like, okay, I got to pursue my mom and keep talking to her until she blew in the face until she's like, no. He's just like, okay, she's going to have me do bad things. I will step away. You will never see them together again until this moment right here. This is in Mark chapter 3, also referenced in Matthew 12. So it's not once, it's twice. Anything that's repeated in the Bible you might want to pay attention to. So here he goes. Then his mother and brothers came to him, but they could not reach him because of the crowd. And he was told, quote, your mother and your brothers are standing outside desiring to see you. Basically, they're calling to him like, hey, can you get Jesus? Tell him to come out here. So he's like, they're fetching me? He's like, but he answered them. One of them in Matthew says, who is my mother and who is my brother? But in this one in Mark says, my mother and my brothers are those who hear the word of God and do it. Whoa. Implying that they don't hear the word of God and don't do it. Are you following that? Because I'm like, it's like, okay, he's speaking a negative here. He's like,
French PM Barnier says the French corporate tax increase is to affect
copy paste this into the Discord there so we can look at it here. All right, let's bring this one over. This implies that if you don't hear the word of God and do it, then you're not my mother and my brother. Y'all understand that logic? I mean, I'm a logical person. People say, well, I don't know. That's not true. That's not. Oh, man, you're going to tell me that Jesus didn't say it. I mean, Jesus said it. So you want to argue with him about it? Take it up with him. I always thought that was interesting. Some of you guys might need to feel a little bit better about your situation. If you are, if you're in the right and done the biblical thing, you try to do the things, but they're going to keep causing you to stumble. They want to do, they want you to go get the jab or whatever. I don't know. They want you to follow not truth, because he did say, I am the way, the truth, and the life, which we talked about earlier. So, okay, if he's the only way out of this crazy mess that's about to happen here in America and around the world, while Israel is, getting lit up and they're lighting other people up, and the Bible says in Revelation that Damascus is going to get wiped out. So that's going to be fascinating. Now the question is whether Israel's going to do it or whether they're going to make it look like Israel did it and do it to themselves, because that's kind of how the evil people work. But I've got theories, and go to the Matthew one here real quick. I like the way the Matthew one said it too. Really interesting. And I have a point with it. Some told him, your mother and brothers standing outside waiting to speak to you. He replied to his mother and others. Pointing to his disciples, he said, here are my mothers and my brothers, for whoever does the will of my Father in heaven is my brother, my sister, and my mother. Okay, so this is the Matthew version. Okay, a little bit more information and details there. Right. So Mark cut it a little bit shorter, but this one a little bit longer. So, for instance, while my brother-in-law will reject me as a or whatever. I mean, he probably saying, "Oh no, he's my brother, but I just don't get along with him because when he speaks the truth, I just don't like that." But you know what? Who is my brother? Oh well, I got a brother in John Manigold. Pretty awesome, and he follows the will of God, and he's a brother to me. Consider him a brother, even though my sister and my mother may not agree with me, and they're like, "Oh, Black Lives Matter, take your shot, bro." I feel sorry for him. I really do. But at some point, you're like, okay. And they're going to be lying about you behind your back, all that kind of whatnot. You know, at some point, you got to go, yeah, well, you don't have to have a great relationship. God said, and Jesus said, have a great relationship with me, have a great relationship with my Father, do his will. That's what's up right there. Whoever does the will of my Father is my brother and mother. He basically said, who is this? Who, you know, my brother and brother coming and standing outside? He didn't go, oh, okay, let me go talk to him. He was like, oh, okay, let me go. Maybe they'll listen this time. No, he was like, dude, I'm done with him. Right? He's already pulled the I'm done. Like we've had, you can just tell from the context here. He's like, I've already had that I'm done with them conversation. You know what I mean? He's not in the, I'm going to keep pursuing, and no, he's like, all right, we've had this discussion. Like y'all don't know by now. Y'all hadn't figured it out by now. Y'all ain't seen the blessing. Y'all ain't seen what's happening. Okay. Peace out. Peace out, homies. I don't know. That's an interesting lesson. There's got to be something in there for you on it. The word says that none of it comes back void. So that was a message for somebody today. I don't know who. Maybe it was a message for me. Sometimes I got to remind myself. There was some other point with that earlier. I think it was back to something with the Mike Schwartz thing that, yeah, you know, some people are without excuse, right? There's some people that I think, okay, well, maybe you're like that because X, Y, and Z, but I don't know. Like, sounds like he's got good family, good parents, all that kind of whatnot. Good for him. Good for him. So then, why are you going to be like that, bro? When it came to something hard, when it came to something difficult, when it came to something that would require respect and whatever and admiration, chip on shoulder, insert chip on shoulder here. Click. Isn't that nice? That's cute. But he taught her, did he? So it didn't seem to me like she got it and understood it till maybe when he was on the cross and dying. But even at that moment, he didn't seem to. He's like, woman, behold thy son. And funny enough, he wasn't talking about himself. He was talking to, who was it? It was one of the disciples. Hold on. I believe it was John, but let me check. Don't want to get you guys false or inaccurate information here. All right. Mary, the mother of Jesus, appears only twice in John's gospel, and in both messages calls her woman. So in John's gospel, who John is the one who Jesus calls him the one he loved, and John's like, I'm the one Jesus says that I'm the loved disciple. Says two times he references Mary, Jesus called her woman. Interesting. When Mary tells Jesus that the wine had run out, the wedding at Cana, Jesus replied with, woman, what does that have to do with me? All right, look, all these people who are like, no, Vinny, he had a great relationship with his mom. Bro, argue with me? Really? Argue with me. Why? Why argue with me? Like, if not figured out, probably not going to be wrong about this. I mean, I could be, and I'm open to being wrong. That's the difference between me and others. Like, if I'm wrong, I'll apologize and change. But I ain't wrong. Does that sound like a, hey, we got a great relationship? Woman, what does that have to do with me? Oh, go ahead. Underline that one. Remember that one. Go say that to your mom. See how that goes over. Woman, what does that have to do with me? Uh-huh. Her pride, she's like, oh, my son can turn water into wine. Ha ha ha. He can do He can turn tricks. My friends will like me because my son was the one who did the cool trick. Cool party trick. Pride. Woman, what does that have to do with me? It's interesting. Now, that sounds a little bit like me. I'm not saying I'd say that to my mom, but I'm going, if I need to be straight up with somebody, like, what does that have to do with me? Right? I mean, you're like, oh, Vinny, you're not a very good Christian. Really? I don't know. Some of my phrasings kind of sound just like him. Which one is it? Jesus offended everybody. What, y'all didn't know that? Oh, you didn't read your Bible. That's right. You just go to church on Sunday, you just read it. You don't read it for yourself? You don't read it, you don't read what he said. He got a bullwhip and went around and beat people. You mess up, he ain't like, hey, listen, let's sit down and talk about this. Let's have a prayer meeting about how you guys are charging people in the church. No, he's like, nah, bullwhip time, baby. Let's throw tables everywhere. Let's cause some havoc. Let's get crazy. And then everybody's be like, oh, did you see what he did? Did you see what he did at church? Did you see what he said? Did you hear what he said? Did you see that bullwhip he made? Oh, he must be evil. Think about that. Vinny set that guy straight the other day. Can you believe that? He must not be a Christian. Really? He's supposed to be like Jesus. Well, maybe I am. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. Yeah, you got a Christ complex, Vinny. What? Okay, bro. No, he's perfect. I was not. And I am not. I am covered by his blood, thank goodness. Thank goodness for that. But if I speak the truth to you, you don't like the way I speak it. But you know what's crazy is you're probably going to remember it the way I said it. Probably not going to remember it the way that your pastor was like, hey guys, I got a thing today. Last week when I was at the grocery store, I was staring at these mangoes on this lady. I was staring at the mangoes on the stand, and I thought, I wonder what fruit's best. God made the colors of the rainbow, and I just realized how colorful life is, And so today I want us to let's have a moment of silence here while we sit in our church pews. Let's not read the Bible or anything, but let's just have a moment of silence and just soak that in with the colors. I thought about it while I was at the grocery store. Saw some nice melons the other day. And just made me think about that. That I think today while we're sitting here in church, you guys are only going to sit here for an hour, and I'm going to waste at least 10 minutes of it by just making you sit here in silence. Now, we don't want to be doing any reading the word because that gets confusing for people. Because people reading different versions and all that kind of whatnot. We don't want anybody to get offended by the word, so the word might say something offensive, but I can't insult anybody about talking about the colors of the mangoes. You know what I'm saying? Now, y'all pass that offering plate. Make sure y'all drop something in there now, okay? God needs your money. Trust me, bro. He needs your money. Just trust me, bro. Pastor Mike, are we using that money so we can take care of the widows and orphans like the Bible tells us to do? Oh, no. It's going to go to, well, we got a new, we're going to build a new parking lot in the back. So we can get some more people coming here and maybe we'll extend the building a little bit to the right. Okay. So we're not going to take care of the widows and the orphans? Well, there's not very many orphans anymore because basically now we just let people kill their babies. So wow, thanks, Pastor Mike. What would I do without you having gone to the grocery store this week? Do tell me more. Market's slow today, huh? At the end of the day. It was great this morning. So as you can see, our little speedometer deal is telling you, oh, yeah, it's too slow, bro. It's going to be weird. Going to be tough. We got valid speed. We got great speed. We got too fast. And we got too slow. Right now, we're in 342. 8 minutes till the 350 algo. Might shake things up a little bit. Maybe give us a another shot here. Might do something wild there at the end of the day. Who knows? Who knows? Wow, when I start talking about Jesus, man, look at the numbers drop off like crazy. Ooh, man, lots of people dropping out of the live stream when we're talking about Jesus. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. But I'm not like Pastor Mike. I don't care. I'm going to tell you the truth anyway. Wide and easy is the way which leads to destruction. There are many who go in by it. And narrow and difficult is the way which leads to life, and there are only a few who find it. Only a few in the pew. 23 speed on the 2AB. A little bit slow there too, eh? We got 6.5 minutes. All the demons shall flee. Well, while we're talking about demons, let's talk about Soul Man. How many of you guys know about Soul Man? Talk about Soul Man. People keep bringing this up. So, I don't say people. Idiots bring this guy up. And I want to go ahead and set it straight because one of their young friends, Gym Bros, hanging out at the Gym Bro, had a question around, well, Foster Scott says it's Soul Man. I'm like, hey, so you notice it's like, so you got 3 layers of distance between you and the truth. So how about I give you a firsthand? Give you a firsthand about Soul Man. Well, Vinny, I heard you impersonated him and said that he went on vacation. Let's talk about that. So Soul Man runs a software that competes with ALGOBOX. Did everybody know that? Well, first of all, how many of you guys remember Soul Man? Anybody remember Soul Man? S-O-L-M-A-N. In our room. Was very chatty in our room at one point. Everybody know that? You liked Soul? Was sad to hear things went south. Well, what's interesting about it, MVP. So you remember Soul. Okay, let me ask you something. As much as he was doing in the room, getting attention. If you were me, you're in my shoes, and now you find out that Soul Man he runs a competitive software to yours, and when people are talking to him in private messages, is encouraging people to go over to his mentorship and his software. Curious, do you think like, okay, so first of all, that's against terms of service. We obviously know that, yes? So put yourself in my shoes. I want you guys to tell me what you guys think that I should do when I found that out. Well, first of all, the way that I found it out, I was actually just asking him if he would want to, since he's so chatty Cathy and whatnot. I actually invited him because you guys said it. From you guys were like, hey, how about do an interview with somebody who's killing it with ALGOBOX? You know, and he was showing he had done so well with the ALGOBOX stuff, and he had bought a plot of land out in Arizona. Then he bought like a multi-$100,000 RV, and he was building, it has a special name. It's like not a house, but it's like a barn dominium. Building a really cool, like luxury barn dominium on that land and all that kind of whatnot. Y'all remember all that? It's really cool. So I was like, hey, you know what? Maybe he'll want to do a chat around our stuff because they wanted it. So I just approached him and said, hey, would you be interested? I gave him some information on like, hey, it could be, you know, something as easy as this. You know, I can send you a couple of questions. There's like 5 questions we can answer, whatnot. And he says, man, I'd love to do that, but I have a conflict. And I was like, excuse me? A conflict? What do you mean a conflict? Okay, so unlike these other idiots, I don't just tell stories. I bring receipts, right? You guys are going to hear all these crazy stories about stuff, but Daddy brings receipts. All right, so let's go. I'll just go read it to you guys directly. I'm going to go pull up the chat here. And so if you guys ever see the old Foster Scott or any of those other little turds. And you might want to tell him, might want to correct him on his nonsense. He says, he did nothing wrong. Soul Man never did nothing wrong. Da, 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 da. First of all, I let him leave with dignity. I didn't make a big stink about it, did I? Nope. And yes, I did. As I had already left, I kicked him out, had to kick him out, said, well, sorry, got to go. But, you know, people are going to be like, dude, what happened to Soul Man? I didn't want the drama. I was actually trying to do something nice. That's what's funny about it, isn't it? When you do something nice, now the idiots who are like, they got nothing on me because, you know, our system's too good, can't beat me in a trading competition, so let's go after Vinny's personality, right? Or let's go after his religion or his faith, or he doesn't act like Jesus, or whatever. The insult of the day on Vinny, the jealousy bug kicks in. It's like, yeah, bro, he's mean. Okay. Well, so me trying to be nice, yes, I gave one final message. I made a message in the chat that looked like it came from Soul Man, and it said, hey, yeah, heading out to vacation, can't wait for the next release. Okay, because we were about to do a release and whatnot. I'm like, oh, that'd be something natural for Soul Man to say, whatever. You know, and that was it. And cool. So set him off in the sunset, you know, and like people just feel like, oh, well, he never came back from vacation, or maybe he did something. Who even knows? Both in Arizona. Yeah. Well, I mean, cool until he's like, hey, you want to buy my other software? You know, want to buy my mentorship? Weird, right? Okay, look. Well, are you afraid of competition? Dude, I'm not afraid of competition. Fine, then do a trading competition against me, right? Like, okay, show your software versus my software so I can shit all over it. Right? But we didn't. We didn't play that game. Just like, okay, look, we're parting ways. You know. Pardon my French, but fuck off. Okay. You were, there's clearly, it's all in our agreements. Like, you need to announce yourself. You're going to be one of those, and there are things you have to adhere to. It's simple. And I offered him to pay. He could have paid professional licensing because he came in paying personal licensing. He could have purchased the product under professional license. I just guess he's a cheapskate, or he's not as rich as he claims to be. Okay, didn't want to pay the professional licensing. Okay, fine, bye. But now people, I'm saying people, air quotes, people. Idiots are like, oh, did you see what Vinny did to Soul Man? Oh, that was terrible. Really? I let him walk off with dignity so nobody knew, but here we are. Months and months later, and I'm like, okay, let's just address it. While I'm here addressing all this other nonsense, and I just did 20K twice this week, plus a 10K day. Bro, you think I give a crap? No, I don't. So, here it is, Soul Man. Let's read this through. Oh, when he first came on too, he was like, oh, Vinny, I'm so broke. Can you give me a discount? You know, da, da, da. He lied. I was mad about the fact that he lied to me. Lied to me about, oh, I'm so broke. Can I get on a Helping Hands program? Dude, he's over there asking me if he can get a Helping Hands. Then later on, he's telling me he's got millions and whatnot. Like, I don't need the money. Da, da, da. I'm like, okay, that's really weird. So you lied to me when you first came on. Okay, you're that kind of person. Everybody's like, oh, Soul Man was a good soul. Really? You sure about that? He literally lied just so he could save a buck coming in the room. And then he's sitting in there poaching people. That's weird, right? So y'all are like, oh, here's the great man. Vinny's the mean guy. Really? You sure? And I don't care what you think. You want to know how I handled it? I'll tell you how I handled it. You don't think I handled it right? That's your prerogative. But here's the truth. Here's how it went down. Hey there, my friend. Hope you're doing well. I was wanting to ask you for a favor. Feel free to turn it down. I'm hoping to get some testimonials from the in the form of, quote, telling your story, end quote, and how ALGOBOX changed your trading, how well you're doing, etc. I've never done this, but I get trolled online so hard about not having, quote, students interviewed, ... Was hoping you could maybe perhaps write out your details to me in a written form first, and perhaps we do an interview, open parentheses, we may or may not certain. So at that time, it was just, I'm just feeling things out. Sort of like the old KC video. No need to be on video, because I'm like, look, I'm trying to be nice. You don't need to come out there on video, whatever. Yeah, he had a story for everything. You found that strange. Oh yeah, he's got a story. So, you know, what was the deal? And so I'm reading the rest here. He said, no need to be on video, but perhaps just voice if we did. Or even if it's just a story, and we can refine it and using ChatGPT or whatever, make it sound good and whatever we need, and I can just, you know, read it out however you want to do it. I'm open. And I said, we can keep the name anonymous, etc., however you wish. So I was also giving him the, if you don't want people to know who it is or all that kind of whatnot, that's fine. Okay, that was my opener to him, and I sent him a link to the video of KC. Got it? May 30th, 2024. Here's a screenshot. Pop it here. I'm going to pop it in the chat. So if you see any of these idiots, because I'm never talking to Foster Scott again. He later on then tells me that I'm a child molester. Dude, I was about to beat his fucking ass. But you know what? He's not worth it. Foster Scott is not worth the flesh or the time for me to even say anything. Like his BS, if y'all want to go, I encourage y'all to go watch his video. He's disgusting. He's a disgusting man. But I'm going to tell you guys a story about Foster Scott soon as well, because that's actually hilarious. A guy who's never paid for our system ever. I have helped him and his family financially in the tens of thousands of dollars area, and he's the one who's out there attacking and trolling me and then attacking my family. These people are disgusting. Okay, so there's the chat. To Soulman.
Upper bands touching
Now,
on the 38.
Soulman's response further. We go to, thank you, my brother. Maybe let's talk it through next week. I do have some conflicts I want to keep separate. Yeah. So I'm like, what exactly is that? And he goes on to all these stuff. But basically, he says somewhere in here, he even calls himself an investor in it, meaning that there's other people. Whatever, dude. You're some douchebag who's, you know, running some other software in another company that produces software on Ninja, and I use ALGOBOX too, so you can see the conflict. Well, I'm glad that you see the conflict. I'm glad that, you know, so this is so funny to the Foster Scott. So if somebody wants to send Foster Scott this video, I think he could get a lot from it. The idiot online who wants to say that Vinny's lost his moral compass. Again, it's funny when people run their mouths when they don't even have the facts. So you know what? Hand him the facts here first. So we go on. And then he puts a smiley face at the end of that. I said, well, in accordance with our, all caps, our policies, because I'm sitting there like implying that I don't know what your policies are at your company. But you know what's crazy is, I bet if the roles were reversed, do you guys think that if I were in his Discord channel room with his software package and Vinny E. Mini, was in his room, you know, just BSing, talking, you think he would let me promote myself in his room? Y'all tell me, do y'all think that Soulman, he's such a nice guy, y'all think that Soulman would let me, if the roles were reversed, sit there and self-promote myself in his room? Foster Scott's over there like, what, are you afraid of a little competition, Vinny? Like, you can't argue with idiots. There's no point in even arguing. Like, they're not worth your time. Like, that doesn't even make sense, bro. Like, how does that make any sense? So you let them sit there in your room where nobody knows? Like, it literally... you are too stupid to have a conversation with me. Okay. So, according with our policies, it is indeed a conflict. In our documentation that was revealed up front for permissions to use our systems at our sole discretion. I did sole and I spelled it his way. Sole discretion. You get it? That was pretty funny. And the price point would have been for professional licensing and pricing and not personal. Today will be your last day in the room. It's been a pleasure. Enjoy your trip.
56.
Now, mind you, the reason I said enjoy your trip was because he had announced in the room that he was going on vacation before. I did not make that up. He had just said that recently. I just went ahead, used that. He had already said he was going to be going on vacation, whatever. Blah, 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 blah. And then I did give him, I sent him off with a warning. I said, if I find you siphoning off any more of our members, the next contact you'll be hearing from me will be through my legal teams. And then I gave him the big thumbs up from the Maverick guy, which is what you guys are seeing on, you know, these guys that are trolling me. They're like, oh, we're only going to show this part of the conversation. And then Soulman's like, that's not me. I do not promote any companies. I don't have any affiliate links. Da-da-da. Again, he's like, well, I never posted any affiliate links in your room. I never. Yes, you self-promote until like you're like, oh, well, you know, I do have a thing. Shut up, bro. Anyhow, but I loved when he did say that, then I found that you and ALGOBOX, and I like ALGOBOX better. Basically, he's like, I like yours better than mine. Well, that's great. That's all you have to say. I'm like looking for a, hey, so why don't you come out here and say that promotion? Why don't you go out here and say it? But it's like the closet Christians. The people who, listen, I am a loud, proud Christian, folks. Yep, I am. And I'm proud of Jesus, not me. I ain't proud of me. I am proud of Jesus, all right? I could not do what he did. Sorry. Couldn't do it. I'd like to think I could. Oh, yeah, I'll die for everybody. Dude, he went through the most painful, excruciating, torturous death and pain of all time. Humiliation, all kinds of things, right? He did that for us. So, anyhow, but all the little closet Christians who, you know, well, I don't like to talk about my faith. Well, you know, it's interesting. I think we all, there are like the big sins. You do air quotes, like, oh, the big sins. Don't do the big sins. But you know what the small ones are? Yeah, how about this one? Did you guys know that apparently cowards, if you're a coward, God really doesn't like it. Did y'all know that? Like, I found that one surprising. I still remember when I came across the passage about cowards, that there's a special place in hell for cowards. Did y'all know that? Now, if this is troubling to you, if this is getting to your soul, speaking of soul, man, today, and you're feeling a little something, you're feeling a little uncomfortable about the conversation, maybe talk to you out about it here today. And why don't you just do something about it? Because here's another thing. I'm gonna chastise the people who say this all the time. I had a friend back from a long time ago say this to me. I was kind of disappointed. Well, God's still working on me. It's a very common phrase. It takes some time. You know, it's just been a lot. Because I'm like, why are you still doing that thing it used to do? Well, you're still working on me and taking time. Taking time. Well, God's doing it. It's because I'm waiting on God to do a thing. I'm like, interesting. So I brought up this point. I said, well, how long do you think it takes God to do something? I mean, the man works in nanoseconds, right? He says a day is 1,000 years, 1,000 years is a day. So time, you're saying that it takes him time. That it takes him time? No, it takes you time because you refuse to lose the nonsense. You refuse to replace what you need to erase. Stop doing what you're doing. And I said this. How long did it take Jesus to heal the lame man?
Double delta
Did he like, okay, lay hands on him and be like, all right, you're going to be healed, and then like, just give it a few days. Just give it a few days, right? I'm going to lay hands on you. Your faith has made you whole, but wait a few days and maybe it'll stop. How about the woman with the issue of blood? She's bleeding. Maybe she kept bleeding a few more days. You think so?
Speed of Y.
I don't think so. I wish I would have hit the sell button on that. I wanted to hit the sell really bad. But I don't want to mess up the message here for a minute if didn't go straight there. So you remember the Foster Scott? Yeah. Oh yeah, he's got a video out there. He trolls me hard. Y'all want to hear it? You know what? Let's play it. Let's play it. He said, "I'm too scared to play the message." This is what's so funny about this guy. Y'all gonna hear it from the horse's mouth, folks. Y'all gonna find out. Vinny ain't scared of nothing and nobody. God might send me to hell for who knows what reasons, but it ain't gonna be for being a coward. Okay. Foster Scott. Vinny E. Mini. Here we go. Here we go. This fine gentleman right here has something to say about Vinny. So he said that I wouldn't let him on my live streams. I wouldn't. Dude, I'll let him talk. I'll let him. Y'all want to hear it? Y'all will vote at the end if y'all want me to call him up and be like, all right, dude, get on a chat with me.
Grow up. I agree. Yeah.
Here we go.
Foster Scots of the world just need to grow up.
Okay, at some point, he was writing me text messages every single day for a while. I literally ignored him. Did not say a thing. And I'm going to bring receipts for that too. So unlike Ice-T and these other turds, like, I bring receipts. I will actually say what I mean. I'm going to thumbs down on this if y'all don't mind. Here we go. Foster Scott, I present to you Foster's message to me and the ALGOBOX community. He wanted y'all to hear this, so I'm going to let y'all hear it. And he says I wouldn't let y'all hear it. Okay, well, here it is.
Right? Some of them don't. They're like, oh, I'm gonna do a bodybuilding competition. Everybody look at me, look at me, look at me. I'm a narcissist. Oh shoot, I see somebody who's better than me. Oh no, that makes me angry. Oh.
Rubber bands touch art.
All right, so anyway, so here's Vinny making fun of a guy that's in his 50s, right? So
I was making fun of a guy in his 50s. Did anybody hear me say anything about how old he was or whatever? But apparently, if you're in your 50s, are you a protected class? You need to be protected? Are you soft, bro? So let's start right there. Vinny's making fun of a guy that's in his 50s. Did that have anything to do with my trolling of his nonsense that he's about to bring up here? No, it didn't. So let's keep going, bro. Scott, let's have that chat.
he's making fun of me because, number one, he doesn't want to face the issue.
I'm making fun of him because I don't want to face the issue. That's weird. No, I was making fun of you because you are a narcissist and you're upset about the fact that, you tried real hard. You went into a bodybuilding competition, an amateur bodybuilding competition, said that you're natty, which I'm sure maybe you are. Okay, but I don't know why you got all this weird, crazy stuff going on in your face, because this is classic I used roids type of thing going on. Now, maybe not. Maybe it's something else. But okay, you're going to tell me you're natty. Fine. Well, I am absolutely 100% natty. And he didn't like the fact that when I showed myself, I work out in God's way. I do sets of 40 and I look different than most people. I will tell you, my body and physique is, I don't know. I'm not trying to brag about it, but I do it God's way. And people are like, wow, dude, how'd you get your body like that? It's Adonis level crazy cool. When I ain't overweight and when I was having a baby, yes, at some point, if y'all saw the video where I was like 230 pounds, but now I'm about 185, 190, and I don't know, I'm solid. I'm not trying to brag about it, but this guy was jealous about that. Anyway, whatever. That's where it started, and I was making fun of the fact that he tried to do a bodybuilding competition. I didn't think that his physique was right. Quite frankly, his physique was all kinds of jacked up, but whatever. This guy was like, I'm so strong. I'm the best. I was literally just making fun of the fact that you wanted people to look at you. You're like, I'm going to go do it yes, I guess, I don't know how old he was when he did his competition, but he's like showing that picture everywhere, right? He's like, oh, look at me. I was in this bodybuilding competition. Great. That's fantastic. Kudos to you. But that was what I was making fun of moments before, nothing else. All right. So I don't want to face the issues. Okay. Let's see.
Doesn't want to address the real issue at hand here, and that is that his credibility is at stake.
My credibility is at stake. Well, that's interesting. Because of what now? Because of Soul Man. Mind you, this is going to be a Soul Man thing? Okay, let's see. My credibility, huh? Okay.
I'm bringing up the point. I'm saying, look, why did you treat Soul Man this way? And I think...
Okay, so there it is, folks. Why did you treat Soul Man this way? So again, do you hear Soul Man coming and complain? No, I think if Soul Man were to speak for himself, he'd be like, you know what? Vinny's right. Because he's smarter than this guy. But this guy needs something to have on me because he's mad. I don't know. I guess he does. Is he mad because I look better with my shirt off? I don't know. Because that's all I could figure. I don't know why he turned on me all of a sudden one day. Can't figure it out. Okay, whatever. Let's play. I know what it was. No, we'll come back to it.
A lot of people would like to know the truth as well too, in there. Because if you could do that to Soul Man, right, then that would make certainly, if people knew the truth on how you treat good people, right? Because Soul Man's a good guy.
Oh, Soul Man's a good guy. Okay. Well, you guys tell me, is Soul Man a good guy when he's hiding out in my room selling other product, and when asked about, hey, you want to go ahead and come forward and give us a nice testimonial because you've been killing it with ALGOBOX and whatnot, and you want to come out and tell people the truth about it, me just nicely asking for that, and he's like, I got a conflict because, people would find out that I like ALGOBOX better than my own software. And I wouldn't be able to get any sales from my software. Really? So Soul Man's a good guy hiding in a room, playing the nice guy. Remember how I said I don't like guys who pretend like they're nice, like Mike Schwartz? So Foster Scott, anytime you want to come and issue me that apology now that you know the truth, because I'm going ahead and taking the time to tell it, but I'm not going to tell it to you because I don't give you that level of respect. I'm not going to call you one-on-one and give you that opportunity. I'm going to make sure it's public. So here you go. Carry on, good soul.
He didn't do anything wrong.
He didn't do anything wrong. See, this is idiot speak when you didn't find out the facts. You didn't ask what happened. You didn't find out both sides of the story. You don't know about Proverbs. I'll read you a proverb. The first person who is heard in a case is assumed to be right until the cross-examination begins, and then the truth is revealed. Now, that's way over your head what I just said, but play it back a little bit slower for yourself, and you'll realize that basically it's as simple as saying you got to hear both sides before you make a judgment. Nut job.
Even he himself has admitted, right, in speaking with Soul Man, that he was beside himself, that he was like, I don't even know where this is coming from.
You don't know where this is coming from? Really? So did you have a personal conversation with him? Because he was not beside himself. In fact, let's read what he said.
Fib.em on the 8th.
He was not at all. He said, found you liked ALGOBOX better, so I paid the money. Instead of using my software, I have only supported ALGOBOX, and you know that. I do not even participate in any other Discord rooms, supposedly. Okay, have to go. I'm sorry for the misunderstanding, and I wish you well. I really do. I make enough money. I do not need to steal from anyone. I will continue to use ALGOBOX without the Discord. How will I get updates, or do I just use it until it becomes obsolete? I believe I have only helped people here. Good luck and stay green. Does that sound like he was beside himself, folks? Was he beside himself? That was his last message to me. He never said anything else. That's it. That was his last message right there. Stay green. Now, and I had already told him, maybe he didn't read what I said above. I'm like, bro, you need to pay professional licensing. Okay. I said, get off your high horse, Muppet. Professional licensing is not personal licensing. Let it sink in a bit. Not interested in discussing it with you further. Good luck to you. I said, I suggest you read the terms of service very carefully. Godspeed. And I put a thumbs up. That was the last message from Soulman. Does that sound like he was beside himself? Let's hear Foster Scott's version, though. He was beside himself. Dude, you sound like a little woman being like, oh, I gotta get emotional.
Was beside himself. That he was like, I don't even know where this is coming from.
I don't even know where this is coming from. You sound like a woman.
That he was beside himself. That he was like, I don't even know where this is coming from.
Oh, you don't.
What did I do? And you can even look at the correspondence that I've.
He didn't know what he did? Bro, I made it very clear what he did. He literally said, I sell software that's in competition with you, so I can't tell people about you because then people will know that my software sucks. Oh, boo-hoo. Oh, pull out the violins.
Shared on Twitter and with other people, as well as what Zach shared. And you can
Zach. So the reason I actually brought this all up, because I didn't know who Zach was, what he was talking about, but Zach actually contacted me. So, yes, this guy's a 50-year-old dude, hangs out in the gym, and he's got a gym bro named Zach. He's young. I mean, might be 20, 21. And Zach came in my room, made 2 video clips, like, lambasting me in the live chat. You guys remember him coming in our room? It's really weird. It's like, dude, what is he doing? What is he going off on? He's like, oh, you can make more money doing advertising, blah, 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 blah. Y'all remember that guy? So I'm like, where does this come from? Come to find out, he's set up by this guy who's fed him BS from this whole thing, and he's upset. So Zach's like, I'll go get him. So he sends his little gym bro into our room to, try to be clever. I was looking for something. I was going to show you guys. I don't remember. Let's press play.
Something's not adding up here. You banned him, and you accused him of stealing, and
accused, bro, he admitted it. Oh, you want to call it something else? What do you want to call it? You want to name it something else? I just was moved on. I don't care. Like, I'll call it stealing, call it whatever, call it poaching, call it self-promotion, call it whatever you want to call it. I don't care what you want to call it.
you mocked him, which
I mocked him. It is mocking to me, hanging out in my room, acting like, oh, no, I'm just here, gym bro, hanging out. Yeah, dude, I'm cool. I'm not selling anything. I'm not a competitor of yours. I'm not over here trying to get ideas for my software or anything. Oh, is that over your head, bro? Idiot.
I find to be extremely hypocritical of you.
So I mocked him. First of all, does anybody even know I mocked him? No, because I did it in private. And it's called chastisement. I know it's a big word. Hold on. Big word for you, bro. Chastisement. Ooh, Google that one. Yes, I chastised him for his behavior on what he was trying to sneak around in my room and do, and got called out on it when he found out. Oh,
being a follower of Jesus, being a Christian man.
Oh, and here it is. See, you should be different. It's because I follow Jesus. Oh, and here we go. Now we're gonna go to the punchline. You know, this is classic level. When they can't have good arguments, they're like, well, you should be like Jesus and just let me do what I want to do. That's not how Jesus works either, bro. You just don't know him. Bro, get to know Jesus. He will save you from your dumb ass. I promise. He will.
Because the Bible is very clear about addressing elderly.
Are they angry with you that your software works? Apparently.
Respectfully. See, that's what no one's seeing here, is your pain.
Yes, that's right. Disrespect. So I was treated disrespectfully. You hang out in my room, poach our members, trying to tell them, oh, buy my software, buy my software. Don't buy. Well, I mean, I like ALGOBOX too, but you can buy both. Buy mine too. No, I think you're wasting your time with other people. I actually care that people succeed. Oh, boo-hoo. See, he doesn't see the disrespect to me. I have to take all of his shit. I have to take this guy trying to talk at me, and I'm supposed to respect him. Bro. Get out of here, bro.
See, that's what no one's seeing here, is you're painting yourself as this extremely devout man who reads the Bible.
Am I painting myself as an extremely devout man who reads the Bible? What's interesting, though, I appreciate the fact that you know that I do, and I do read the Bible, yes, and I know some stuff, yes, but do I think that I'm better than you or anyone else? Not really. Does that come out of my mouth like, oh, I'm better? Well, I mean, okay, maybe it is. Maybe it feels a little bit like that. My workout routine is better than yours, and I've already told him that before because I do it God's way. I do sets of 40. I told him he should do it himself if he wants to be, if he really wants to get ripped, then do sets of 40 because that's what the Bible says. That's the perfect number of trial. But that's a whole other theory around another day. I work out less, but I look better because I do it God's way. And he says, in all your ways, acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths. All your ways. So even down to working out. I believe that. That is a fact. Now, I don't paint myself as anything. I come out here and I trade in front of people. Ooh, what do you do? Huh? Where's your guy? This is funny. This guy bought ICT's shit for $2,300. I gave my system to him for free because he pretended like he was broke. He's not broke. Like I looked at how much truck drivers make. Truck drivers make a good dime. What do they make? Like $67,000 minimum? Upwards of $90K? And he comes to me, Vinny, I can't afford it. Okay, fine, bro. I hooked him up. I let him sit in my room for 2 years for free. And he's coming at me like this. Then, when he was broke, needed some money, I gave him something he could work on against ICT. Funny enough, he was supposed to, all he had to do was call around to some lawyers and start working on the class action lawsuit against ICT. I did not have to pay him, but he said he was broke. He was having a hard time getting jobs, and I paid this man full salary to sit there and do what he already wanted to do. Call around, try to find some legal guys, try to get a legal suit going against ICT. I paid him for months. And what do I get in return for it? This crazy ass shit. Isn't that funny? I think it is hilarious. It is so poetic. It is so poetic. The more you do for some people, when you don't do enough, it's like when you do a lot for somebody, but then there's one extra thing you didn't do. Well, you didn't do this for me. And funny enough, you probably shouldn't have. And then all of a sudden they turn on you. That's what this guy does.
And you just
low.
We should all listen to you because you're a scholar. But yet behind the scenes, what you do is you treat people like mud. And you should read your Bible. You should read Leviticus, what it says about,
Okay, so I do read my Bible. Now you want to talk about Leviticus. Now that's a tricky one. Leviticus has some really interesting stuff in it. It's got some really interesting legalistic type of stuff. At the same time, wisdom is in there. Literally tells you that life is in the blood 3 times, funny enough, in Leviticus. That's why people who are like, well, life begins at conception. No, it doesn't. Life begins when the baby pumps its own blood. That is according to God himself, because you cannot have life without blood, because God said life is in the blood. Without blood, you cannot have life. So anybody who says, well, the first 2 zygotes where there's no blood in it and 3 cells is not a baby. 3 cells is not a life. I'm sorry to break the hearts of more Christians today. Be like, well, Jesus did not have a great relationship with his mom, and life does not begin when a sperm and an egg come together either. It's a potential life, but it is not life. I'm sorry. Life is in the blood 3 times in Leviticus. Go look it up. You're welcome.
Don't give me this business about, we're not under the law. We don't have to do that stuff anymore. We're basically free to commit sin and act like complete jerks, right?
Okay, so that is a straw man argument. He's putting something in my mouth that I never said. I don't imply that, never say that. That's him, apparently, but I don't know where he's coming off of this. Let's see where he's going.
Because that's what you do, is you act like a complete jerk behind the scenes with people. You did it with me.
Oh, here it is. I had to act like a jerk to him because I finally was like, dude, wake up from your stupor. What are you doing with your trading? Because he was all over the place. He was over there following more ICT stuff, and then he's over there following Joseph James stuff, and he's over there like doing it. I'm like, why are you not just focusing on the system? I'm having a coming to Jesus moment trying to help him because he ain't making any money. And I'm like, bro, it's because you're trying to mix in all this other stuff. I see you out there on Twitter. You're like, oh, I'm drawing levels over here, and I'm drawing zones over here, and I'm doing this over here. And I'm like, why are you not just focusing on the strategies? What are you doing? Well, I want to do it my way. Okay. Well, I mean, I gave you my system for free, so how about I guess you don't need it anymore. Okay, well, here's the deal. I'm not going to let you have it for free anymore. That's what really made him mad. I said, you know, look, you're going to have to pay Helping Hands. You're going to have to pay Helping Hands. You know how much Helping Hands was at that time? $8.88. I said, look, bro, like, if you're broke, I didn't know his situation. Didn't know, didn't care. He tells me he's broke, whatever. Okay, $8.88. He got so mad. After I have, mind you, paid him tens of thousands of dollars over months of time. He's working for ICT or trying to go against ICT stuff, trying to build a case against the multi one. We're going with the separate way. We're going 4 lawsuits against ICT separate. It's different. But we were at one point looking at class action. That's what it's called. Class action lawsuit. And, you know, you needed somebody who had paid him before. Well, he was, you know, he's a victim. So he could have been it. And he didn't have any money, didn't have time. So I said, well, look, I'll pay you for your time. I am a generous, generous soul. And you know what? I don't care. I'm not here to brag about it. I don't tell people about it. It doesn't matter to me. But it's funny to me when situations like this occur. And he's like, I want you to. Because when he comes to the end, he's going to say, well, Vinny won't tell you guys about this. Dude, I am right here talking about it. Right here, bro. Right here. Right here. Let's go.
You did it with Zach. You've done it with other people that I've referred to you, and they all ask me, right? And it's embarrassing to me. It's been embarrassing. See that? So you don't understand.
Okay, you just ramble. You like, so this is called putting off on a higher power. This is trying to name drop. He's like, trust me, all these other people agree with me, because you're basically making a point that doesn't have a point. Oh, that's a funny face. Listen, Vinny, trust me, bro. Other people think the same thing of what I think about you, because you were a jerk to me. You were a jerk to all these other people too. Maybe they deserved it. Like, did you ever think about that? And maybe I was just trying to be direct. My directness comes off as jerkness to some people. Oh, you offend me. Why do you get offended so easily? You're soft.
Jerk behind the scenes with people. You did it with me. You did it with Zach. You've done it with other people that I've referred to you, and they all.
Other people I've referred to. Who? You never. The guy never got a fucking referral. I think Zach. Yeah, his gym bro. No, buddy, he had no referrals. That was always funny to me too. Like, what do you mean? Like, I thought you wanted to make some money. Why don't you send some referrals? Other people have referred to you. Oh, really? Who? Name it. No, you can't. Well, I got this one though. I got Soul Man. Oh, yeah. He's like, shut up.
They all ask me, right? And it's
hilarious.
Embarrassing to me. It's been embarrassing. See that? So you don't understand that your actions, what they've led to, they've actually led to embarrassment behind the scenes, and so we just have to. Embarrassment.
I embarrassed you. See, the thing is I'm not embarrassed. I mean, I'm embarrassed for you. I mean, this is pathetic. Honestly, I feel bad for you. Like you wanted people to see this. Like, this is bad, bro. You sound like this is like a bitch, bro. Oh, Vinny said bad words. Oh man, yeah, those words are bad. Yeah, Jesus is perfect. I'm not. Next.
Swallow it. We just, oh, that's Vinny, right? Just like Vinny, you know, Vinny's the goat, right?
Vinny's the goat. Am I the goat? I don't know, bro.
Anyway,
what?
That's neither.
Or in trading, probably. I mean, I haven't seen anybody doing more than what we're doing, but I don't know. But that's hilarious.
Here nor there. So then what you do is then you go on inside of your live stream, and then you start to go for the jugular.
I was going for the jugular by just kind of being like, bro, I was being funny. Now I'm going for the jugular. Now I'm like literally putting you in your place. I am going, let me pick you up. I am sticking you right where you need to be.
You start to say that I said things about your family.
You did. Okay, you guys. Oh, that's what I was going to do. I was going to pull up the email. Okay, because Foster's about to do a half-ass attempt. You guys tell me what you guys read from this email. Title of this email is You're Caught. Okay, here we go. Carry on.
And then you said, oh, I can't even utter them here because it's just so horrible.
Let's roll that back one more time.
What's your live stream? And then you start to go for the jugular. You start to say that I said things about your family.
'Cause you did.
And then you said, oh, I can't even utter them here because.
Yes, I am about to go ahead and utter them because it is disgusting. But I'm going to show everybody what an idiot you are. And you know what? I don't care. I'm not doing this against you. But the thing is you are carrying this around and telling other people this stuff. So I'm here to set this straight. This will be the video that anybody can point to and be like, well, let me hear the other side of the story. Because I'm not going to tell it again. I'm going to tell it this one time. I'm dropping it right here. And then people can come and see it.
It's just so horrible. Well, you know what's really horrible, Vinny, is how you read into this email that I sent you, which was really.
Oh, I read into it. No, I read your email. No needing to read into it, bro.
A point about hypocrisy. The point that I made, first off, I started off the message and I said, why did you do this to Soul Man?
Yes, as though you have anything to do with Soul Man to begin with. You just needed something to come at me with because, I mean, quite frankly, you had nothing else to stand on. So you're trying a straw man argument here, like, oh, I think I got something here. He did something bad to Soul Man, I heard. Well, it's because you didn't hear the whole story. Oops.
This is bad. This is very bad.
This is bad. This is very bad. Well, I just told the story and actually brought the receipts. Sure about that?
And I made the point, it says, maybe I should have paid a little bit more close attention when you admitted to me over the phone that you were not a good person.
Oh, okay. So, don't you love it when people use the word admitted? Like, you admitted to me you're not a good person. Okay, I don't know what the context under which this was said, but I say this all the time when people are talking about my Christian faith. I'm like, dude, even Jesus himself said, I am not good. None is good but the Father. Y'all remember that? That's Jesus saying that he wasn't good, which is weird, okay? But so if I'm repeating something from Scripture, and then you're going to turn around and say that I admitted that I'm not a good person, and who is? Who calls themselves good? Anybody? Raise your hand in here. You call yourself a good person? Jesus didn't call himself good. He said there is none good, no, not one. Only the Father is good. That's what he said. But here we go. I should have listened to you when you admitted that you're not a good person. What are you talking about? I mean, you want me to say, oh, yeah, I mean, I think I'm a pretty good person. I mean, yeah. I try my best, bro. This is going to be fun. This is going to be hilarious. Here we go. Go. Lay it out, bro. Lay it out for us. What's the problem?
And I said, the last person who openly admitted to me that they were not a good person, this person.
So now he's going to associate me with someone else, right? But what's funny is he says the last person that did it. Really? I thought I was the last person. So again, can't even, starry-eyed.
What did I just say? What I think I just said was, the last person, I mean, I know you were the last person, but this guy was actually before you is what I meant to say, but hey, boo-boo, words are hard.
Person actually said they were evil was committed of sex crimes.
Okay, this person said they were evil. Did I say I was evil? Oh, okay. So I'm repeating what Jesus said about I don't consider myself to be good because at the same time, I believe at the time he was actually telling me what a great person I was. No offense. Like, I'm just telling y'all straight up. I'm pretty sure it was over the phone, but I am literally paying him tens of thousands of dollars to literally do what he already wanted to do and take down ICT and spend the time. All he had to do was make phone calls and call some attorneys and whatnot like that to try to find out some information because I didn't have the time to do it. So I said, listen, I'll pay you for your time. Hopefully that'll help you and your family out. Me being a nice guy. And he said, Vinny, you are such a good person. I said, no, bro, I don't consider myself good. That's the context under which I'm just doing what I think is right. That's it. And he takes it here. It gives me chills and makes me, I would say I get angry, but you know what? I don't. I'm not angry. Like, this guy is not enough to make me angry. It's not. I feel sorry for him. I literally do. But I'm going to lay this out here like I always do for anybody. The facts are the facts. Eat and swallow them.
And then I go on to say, look, this individual, interestingly enough, was also openly admitted to me that they were not a good person. This person actually said they were evil, was committed of sex crimes. And then I go on to say, look, this individual, interestingly enough, was also an individual who claimed to be a devout follower of Jesus, but they were eventually convicted of sex crimes. And then, so
you repeated yourself twice. Cute.
You do is you go in and you read that, and then, oh, by the way, I ended that by saying hypocrisy comes in many shapes and sizes, and then you automatically in your warped mind equated that with those as though I was saying that you would probably commit the same acts. And I don't know, maybe you read into that because I ended the message by saying, I just want you to know that I know what you are. And so in your mind, you go, oh, he's saying I'm a pedophile, blah, 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 blah. It's like, no, I'm saying you're a hypocrite. That's what I'm saying, okay? To your face, right here, right? You're a hypocrite, and you don't have the guts to let me on your live stream because you've censored me, right? I've tried to make comments, and they don't show up. You don't let me defend myself. Now, how ironic is that? How democratic is that of you? Interestingly enough.
Okay, he's going to rant on, but let's read his actual email. You guys ready to read? You want the receipts? Let's bring the receipts. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this dumbass, he leaves out the part where he said against children. He's like, sex crimes. He leaves out the children part. You know why? Because, yes, it is too disgusting to say it out loud. Right? Here it is. Whatever. Here we go. Trip to the P.O. box. Okay, here we go. Foster Scott. Here we go. Here's your real email, you dumbass, lying piece of garbage. Here we go. Sex crimes against, what does it say? Huh. Me reading into it? Was I reading into it? Y'all tell me. Folks, was I reading into it? Or is that what he said? Oh. The last person who openly admitted to me they were evil were eventually convicted of sex crimes against children. You see? Yes? Foster Scott, you are a piece of garbage. I'd suggest that you turn from your evil ways. Old guy, I was going to say young sir, but you know what? You're an old dude. You ain't got much time left. I mean, let's just be honest. Get your shit straight. Let's read the whole thing. Vinny, what you did to Mark is wrong. Apparently that's Soul Man's real name. I didn't even know. I can't believe you'd stoop to such a level. On second thought, it's not surprising because it's who you are. You've admitted to me on more than one occasion that you're not a good, nice person. No, you tried to tell me multiple times that I'm a good person. He literally was. He's like, Vinny, wow, I can't believe you're doing this for me. Gave him a system free, teaching him all this stuff, taking the time, literally spent a lot of time with him on phone calls, paid him to do what I didn't have to pay him to do, help his family out. And he would be like, Vinny, you're such a good person. I was like, no, I'm really not good, man. Like, I'm not a good person. You know, just doing the right thing, blah, blah, blah. Being humble. How dare I be humble? Whatever. We should tell him to give me my money back. Hey, Scott, let's square up. Let's square up. Go into PayPal and just send me back all my money. I sent all the money through PayPal to you. Go look on PayPal reports, see how much I sent you, and then cut me a check, bro. Send me a check. Maybe I should pay close attention to open confessions next time and watch out. The last person who openly admitted to me they were evil, they eventually, were evil, was eventually convicted of sex crimes against children. And you know, exclamation mark, the funny thing is that individual was also cloaked in a love for Jesus. Hypocrisy comes in many shapes and sizes, young man. Listen, you old fart. I just wanted you to know that I know who you are. No, you don't. You're a fucking dumbass. You're a fucking dumbass. How about that? I know what you are. You're a fucking dumbass. Now, that's not the only email he wrote. He kept writing because I didn't even write him back. I didn't even give him the respect enough to write him back. He writes again. Then I'm going to show you guys how many text messages he sent with zero response. Zero response. I did not respond to this man. I have no desire to respond to this man. No reason to. Because he would think, again, he wanted attention, and I don't give a man like this who wants attention like a little woman. I ain't down with it. I can still remember the little party you threw when you banned me over a flipping book. That's not what we banned you over, dumbass. And wasted no time cutting off my access while attempting to make me look like a punk through your little ban ceremony. But yet, you allowed Mark 45 minutes more, and even permission to go and make a post that, quote, you loved so dearly. The funny thing is, this was after you accused him of stealing from you 45 minutes earlier. Bro, you are like, you're pocket watching me, bro. You're like down to the minute. He's like, wow, 45 minutes, and you only gave me 2 minutes. Wow, bro. I have never seen a man act like such a woman in an email. Wow. Sorry to offend the ladies, but I'm just saying, don't no offense to you. How interesting. Why would you love a post from someone who stole from you? Because I was trying to let him leave with dignity, because that's what men do. Oh, you don't know what men do. I'm sorry, you don't know what real men do. I'm sorry. It's simple. You made that cowardly post, bro. You think I'm a coward? You have zero proof Mark engaged in any activity. Really? Isn't that funny? So you know what proof I have? Bro, I just brought receipts today. I'll sit here and wait for my apology video, bro. You have zero proof of Mark engaged in any such activity. Actually, I have all the proof, as I just said. His own admissions, yada, yada. What you should be doing is apologizing for jumping the gun and assuming that you knew what was going on. Moreover, you're keeping in friggin' dough. Keeping his friggin' dough? Who says friggin' dough? You're keeping his friggin' dough. Yeah, I am. I'm not giving him a refund after he's sitting there poaching people and whatnot and read the terms of service. So he turned into a lease and he bought personal. I told him he could upgrade to professional. It's in our terms of service. And claiming TOS violation, it's not a claim. It's a fact. What a bunch of fuckery. I like that word, fuckery. Funny. You're disgusting. Karma's going to rip you a new one someday. I think it might be the other way around. But so here's his screenshot of the things I showed you guys earlier. But you notice he cut off the part. He cut off the part that I said above. He cut off the parts above that I showed you guys. Isn't that funny? Well, it's screaming right in here, and then I'm going to show you this and that and that and this, and I'm going to write my own thing. And he's over. Oh, S&B Capital. I forgot about that. See, here he is admitting to the fact that he's posting stuff about S&B. I'm like, dude, you're all over the place. You're posting stuff from S&B Capital. You're over there on Joseph James. You're over there on, I don't even know how many other different places doing stuff. I'm like, you're doing all these things you don't need to do. You're wasting your time. I'm trying to help you out. He's telling me, he's asking me, how do I help him trade? So I give him facts. I give him the truth, and then he gets mad at it. This guy, again, I think he's on something. I think he's on testosterone, and it's messing with his head. I don't know. That's my guess. But here we go.
If you claim to be this conservative pro-Trump guy, but yet you're acting like a Democrat.
Bro, it could not be any more the opposite. You're over here bitching like a little... Where's the meme? Insert the meme of the chick who's like screaming at the top of their voice, goes, oh, boo, man, lost. You lost here again, bro. You're going to go, again? I come right at you, bro. Mean tweets. Oh, here comes my mean tweet, bro. Here comes my mean video for you.
So that's the real point here, is you won't address what you're being called out for.
Okay, well, I'm addressing you for being called out for saying that you didn't call me a, whatever, child sex offender, blah, 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 blah. You did. That's not what I said. It's right there, you dumbass. So no, I have no respect for you. Zero. Lost it. See ya. Whatever you get, bro, the karma is deserved on you. Not for me.
Instead, you resort to personal attacks.
I resort to personal attacks? No, bro, I was conducting business. You're over here on personal attacks, saying things like, you must be like this other guy that I know. Right. The other guy that you know, he didn't drop names, didn't tell any information about, but you would associate me with something. Dude, that's personal. You're trying to make it personal. I don't give a fuck about you, bro. I mean, actually, I do. Okay, yeah, that was mean of me to say. I'll be honest. Okay. But I feel bad for you. I genuinely feel bad for you.
It's that simple. I have nothing to hide. I'm not going to sit
You have nothing to hide. Okay, well, great. Well, then here you are. I'm posting it for everybody.
behind a live stream and block people and then talk crap about them.
You want me you want me to leave you in my room? I block you so you can't talk in my Discord. No, I'm not going to let you go in there and run your mouth and waste our fucking time. I'm wasting my time right now with you. This is the last video I'm ever making about your stupid shit. I'm dropping this one and I'm walking away. Dropping this little boom. Walking away. Enjoy it.
All right. So that's really the issue here, Vinny. And so address the issue.
Okay, y'all heard him right there, folks. Anybody who's going to say, well, Vinny shouldn't have made this video. What did he tell me to do? Did he tell me he wanted me to address the issue? Should I have addressed the issue? Y'all tell me in the chat. Yeah or no? Should I have still not? Well, I mean, I waited a while. When did he put this out? A month ago. I was in the mood. Sometimes you just got to be in the mood. You know what I'm saying?
Let's be grown-ups about this. So you talk.
Let's do that. Let's be grown-ups. I brought the facts. I brought the receipts. You're over here crying. Why don't you be a man? We'll be waiting for your apology video, dumbass.
Talk about being grown up, right? That I'm being immature.
Yeah. First of all, it's funny. Oh no, I think I did say that in the video. And ironically, everybody here knows you're acting immature too. Can't believe you're 50, bro. Seriously?
It's the other way around, bro.
Exactly. It is the other way around. You are immature and you're acting like a little bitch.
I agree. Yeah, the Foster Scotts of the world just need to grow up, right? So,
okay, so yeah, that was my first thing. I was like, yeah, why don't you grow up? I mean, I don't think that's that. You know, at that time, wasn't even that big of an insult to you, bro. I think that was pretty nice of me to just say that after you're sitting there over there insinuating what you said in the email. But let's count the number of texts because we ain't done yet. No, you guys want the full regalia. Let's see how many times he texted me without my response. Let's go check Vinny's phone number, and I am going to post all of these into Discord because he said he wants full transparency. I'm going to give everybody full transparency. Let's see how much shit Foster was talking about. Let's see. Here we go.
Enigma short on the EM1.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24 texts over, I mean, since that deal. Actually, I think he made the video somewhere in between that. A lot of writing shit to me, bro, and me not responding. Never said a thing. Literally, I'll show you guys the screenshots so you can see top to bottom. Never responds to this fool and all the craziness he's trying to get me to talk. He wants me to say something. Wants me to get. was like, yeah, I'm not giving him the dignity. But today's your day, bro. I decided to bring the receipts. You want to know about the situation with Soul Man? There it is. Laid it out for you. Enjoy that. One more time, please. Normal social contact. How does he know him? No, he doesn't know him at all. He doesn't know him at all. He knows him from Discord, like everybody else did. He was just a guy hanging out in Discord. He didn't know anything about him. The other guy was a gym bro hanging out with him. The guy who he was referring to as, oh, I feel bad, I forgot his name. Zach. So he's talking about Zach. He's like, yeah, he's trying to talk for Zach and everything too. I already squared things with Zach too. I called him up like, listen, you want to know the facts? He's like, yeah, I mean, I didn't really know the facts, whatever. I was just going off of what he said. Okay, cool. Well, now you know the facts. The facts are against you. So, I'm going to, I'm also going to show you guys how much I paid Scott. Okay. Because anybody who's like, well, you know, did you kick Foster Scott after he paid you? I'm going to say this again. He never paid. One more time, just in case everybody type in the chat. Scott never paid. Never paid. He was in Helping Hands program and he needed a helping hand, apparently. Okay. But here's the thing. Here's what I found out about people who are in Helping Hands. Okay. When you get something for free, you don't appreciate it. I think we've all been there. We've all done that. You know, you got the freebie one, you got the free, you don't appreciate it. And so therefore he thought, well, I already got that one, so I can look around and get some more stuff. Okay. It's natural, especially when you're not smart. Okay. You don't know what you got till it's gone. Okay. Well, you can find that out the hard way. But I'm going to post every text message that he wrote to me trying to get my attention so you guys can all see it for yourselves. So like, Vinny's not hiding nothing. I'm the open book, bro, not you. I got nothing to hide. I'm going to send all of these to everybody. Post them in the chat. It'll be there. He never paid. That's right. And in fact, I paid him tens of thousands of dollars. Everybody type in the chat. Vinny paid Scott tens of thousands of dollars to pursue ICT for his family because he needed money. And I gave him money to provide for his family when I didn't have to. And you know what? I really didn't need him. I could have called those lawyers. I could have got the information. I could have spent my time in doing it. We've got guys. I got 2 full-timers that we were actually, how many? We have 3 full-timers. No, 4 full-timers now. Wow. We got Neo, Eddie, Curtis, Keegan, any one of those. And we got great volunteers and whatnot. Somebody else could have taken up that mantle. Right. But, you know, I felt bad for him. Whatever his situation was, he came to me. You know, he likes to talk a lot. I thought, hey, well, maybe he'd be, who even knows? I thought if he could turn himself around, then who knows? Who knows what I thought? I'm trying to look for the best in people sometimes. I really am. And I'm trying to change people's lives for the good. And I will go out of my way to try to do so. Oftentimes to my own peril. Like I'm trying to tell my family, hey, don't take the jab. Don't take the jab. Now they hate me. Why? Try to tell you not to take the jab. But the surgeon guy said I should. Well, sometimes Vinny's smarter than the surgeon. I mean, not to brag. The thing is, it didn't take a rocket scientist. This was not hard. I'm just a truth seeker. I got discernment. It's not hard if you don't got it, but you might want to recognize the fact that I have it. My family's like, no, I don't see that. I don't think you've got discernment. I've got better discernment than you. Really? I mean, I'm not here. It was weird. I'm like, look, it's just discernment. I pride myself on being able to discern what's right and wrong. Okay, well, you know, the first word you said was pride. That's weird. Weird. I mean, I paid him. Yeah, I paid the man. Paid him. And yet, this is what he does. Yeah, well, it really does feel like self-sabotage, right? Like, it really is karma. Like, that is, I mean, your own video was karma to you, bro, because I just dropped it out here in the public for everybody to see. And the truth, like, the thing is if you were right, that'd be something different. But when you were wrong, bro, don't talk so strong. When you're wrong, don't be strong, bro. It's dumb. So, what else was I about to say about that? Oh, the number. Well, I'm bringing receipts. I am going to go into, going to find out in PayPal how much we sent Mr. Scott. If I can get a total. And was it 2023? Oh, he had a weird email address. It was like buff guy 69 or something like that. Hold on, let me find his email address. PayPal. wax my whacker or something like that. I have such. Well, I don't want to. Literally, but it does start with I have such. Let's just start it right there. I have such. Something, something. All right, I am going to go and search for the transactions from this account, and I will be posting how much I paid Foster Scott. So anybody who wants to come and bring their shit on me about Foster Scott or Soulman, we will cut this part of the video and drop it out there for him. In the meantime, 21K. Wow. We're up over 50K on the week. Only 3 days of trading. Thanks for hanging out. For me, Pippi, Robbie, Lunchspot, Mod Squad, Curtis, G, and Eddie B. I am sitting out the Big H Town. See ya. Art team, show them something special. Oh, it's done. Just for fun.
The old adage where, you know, the individual investor doesn't have a chance because the institutional investor has better technology, better information, and, you know, more money and better opportunity, I don't think it's real anymore. I think the edge is on the individual investor because they're small, they're nimble, they can trade, they can use, they have both front-end technology.
Don't waste your time. Leave the technical analysis to us. You just play the game.